Hello, it is supposed to start now. It literally just went live. So, hello everyone, today we're watching Skin of Evil. Just the one episode today, because, this episode is just so sad and tragic. I don't know if I can go on past the one. I'm gonna need some time just for myself to cope with the feelings. Nah, I just got other stuff to do today, but I didn't want to cancel it completely. So just one episode and then normal schedule will resume tomorrow. With the usual three episodes. I just got stuff to do. So, Skin of Evil. Oh, I didn't load up Discord. Discord should always be open. If anyone would care to join the voice chat for the episode, if they want to just come in and talk, then you can click the Discord link in the description. Then go into the watch along voice channel and anyone can join in and chat. And we're fully expecting Mitchell here to join the channel to say Siddiq El Tahir El Fadil Abdurrahman Muhammad Akman El Abdul Karim El Makti. We have a standing requirement that Mitchell come in and do that. But we'll see if he's going to be a coward about it. Typical Mitchell. Typical. Alright. So today's episode is Skin of Evil. Oh, we got a person.
Hey man.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
Nice.
So, let's see. Today's episode, Skin. I need a drawing tablet or something. Skin. Nope, that's a G. Evil starts with an E. There we go. What happened in Skin of Evil? So, in Skin of Evil, there's a shuttlecraft, that's a shuttle. And there's Troy in it with her really long hair, that's Troy. And her black eyes. And then there's an evil planet. That's all, it uses that same one set, where everything's kind of blood-colored. Everything's red and weird. And she crashes there, and she's crashed into a mountain or something. Actually, I think she's near the ground. So she crashes into that, and in the interior, she's not doing so great. There you can tell it's Troy. There we go. And there's this really angry sludge monster. There's Armis. His name is Armis. He's not a very nice guy. And he keeps yelling at her. For some reason. It's not very polite of him. And then let's see. Here's the Enterprise. That's what the Enterprise looks like. Oh, this is extra bad today. Don't worry about it. That's the Enterprise. Then it comes down to the planet. Well, the Enterprise itself doesn't come down to the planet, but, people beam down. And then Commander Riker, with his beard. He tries to talk to the angry sludge monster. And then he gets covered in angry sludge. So that's not great. And then Tasha is there. I don't know how to symbolize Tasha. She has kind of short hair. There, that's Tasha. Don't worry about the fact that Riker doesn't have a beard, it's fine. And then, Tasha makes the angry sludge even angrier, so then there's not Tasha anymore. And we're coming up on the start, so I'm gonna skip ahead here. At the end of the episode, there's a funeral for Tasha who's dead, and it's on the Windows XP background. And that about sums that up. Alright, everyone cue to 0. Gonna be starting in just 5 seconds. And, okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna redo the countdown because this timestamp is all messed up. I need to reset it after each thing, and I didn't this time. Restart the countdown. Just another 25 seconds. Get everything to work.
Oh my.
Alright, we're good.
Good job, man.
Everyone cue to 0, episode 22 or 23, Skin of Evil. I don't know if the cat's at the funeral. We'll find out. We're pressing play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, now it's all working correctly.
Engage.
Okay, Deanna was at a conference. That's good. Very convenient. And we've had some experience already with Tasha Yar's martial arts. She beat up some holograms. She beat up some holograms in Code of Honor. And then she beat up a lady with a spiked gauntlet, which, you know, wasn't super nice of her. You can't just beat people up with spiked poison gauntlets. What are you staring at War for? Staring that man down. No, betting's not allowed on Voyager. Maybe it's a regulation that came later. They're not allowed to bet on Voyager. Okay, that person's dead. That person is very dead. Yeah, Counselor Troy has to be alone and isolated when she's talking to Armis, so this guy, he's not going to be there for very long. Who's Lynch? Who the heck is that guy? That's not Argyle. That's not the lady with the white hair. Who's that? How did he even hit a planet? I mean, space is...
The monster's power that took it down to the planet.
Could be, because yeah, there's no way they could just hit it on accident. Space is really big.
Yeah.
You don't just run into a planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, we've got a little time while the intro sequence is going. What else happens here? Let's see. So Tasha gets blown up. Well, she doesn't get blown up. She just kind of falls over, and then the show tells you they're dead. But whatever. Riker gets covered in black ooze. And, the thing keeps yelling at Troy. Oh, and then we get Angry Sludge. And we get a Captain Picard speech with his little bit of hair there in the back. There's Captain Picard. Yeah, he gives a whole speech about, like, the meaning of evil. Should I tell you what true evil is? Yada, yada, yada. Armis tells his sad story about how he came to be and how he's abandoned. He's just really sad and lonely. And Picard's like, oh, you're just lonely. It's cool. Can we go talk to Deanna? And she's like, yeah, alright. And then they get Deanna back to the ship, and then there's the funeral in the Windows XP background. And there's not a lot of different things to draw. It's mostly just a bunch of people standing around a pool of black slime. of black sludge. And that's the vast majority of the episode.
They really cheaped out on this episode.
Yeah, they made us at.
Yeah.
Denise Crosby's cameo? What is that? Wait, why does he have a salt crystal? Is that supposed to be dilithium? Because that's just.
Yeah, it's the only time they show dilithium in the entire series, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we got Denise Crosby waving to the camera in the last episode. Because that was the last episode she filmed, just not the last episode she was in. Well, what do you mean ratio 25 to 1? We established in Wesley's episode the only ratio that works is 1 to 1. That's a crazy ratio. No wonder Ensign Lynch only shows up for one episode. Who's this guy? 25 to 1. He's so getting fired after this.
In the early seasons, Data has that business in the front, party in the back haircut.
He has a pretty good haircut. Very fancy.
Yeah, but he has green eyes instead of yellow eyes, I think, too.
I'll have to get a close up on him. Oh, I noticed the background by the science stations is all different too. I'm pretty sure it's replaced by wood paneling later. Now it's like a white metal. His eyes look yellow to me. I know he gets blue eyes in an alternate universe for one scene. Maybe a third color in that same episode. Wait, was that the same? Was that the same planet as Aldea? The episode where
Yeah,
they kidnap the children?
yeah, they reuse the planets multiple times.
Yeah, and this is the same rocky desert set that, I mean, they've used a lot of times. The one that comes to mind immediately is when, the episode where Riker turns into a Q, and there's the weird animal things
Yeah.
with muskets.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure they're standing on the spot where one of the crew members gets shot. Or stabbed. I think Wesley gets stabbed right there.
I think there's also the episode where the Ferengi have the whips. I
Yep.
forget the episode though.
That's the Last Outpost.
Yeah,
Episode
but that's
3,
more
I think.
blue, I
Episode
think.
4.
Or green, was it? The background?
Well, yeah, they replaced the sky color with a different color gradient. But the set is the same. Also, that effect is very convincing.
It's just a shadow.
Ain't even a real shadow. It's just a CGI shadow. It's not even a great shadow effect. They tried. They tried.
Yeah, but was it 1987 or 89 or what? I don't know what was the year, but
It was a long
pretty
time
good,
ago.
huh?
"1987. The coward Mitchell who won't pronounce Siddiq's name says. Oh, there we go. There's Armis. Silly Armis. He's not made of tin. That'd be ridiculous. Riker, could you
Damn.
be more specific? Define trouble.
It looks like that life form from Star Trek Discovery, the one that was enslaving Saru's race.
Yeah, the it's not
Yeah,
the
I forgot
Baku.
the
I
name
want to
too.
say the Baku, but it's not the Baku. I think
Yeah,
there's
but
an
they look
L and an
quite
R in
similar
it.
actually.
Yeah. Except Armis is a
Possibly
lot
me.
fatter. The ones in Discovery are very
Yeah,
thin.
they're quite slim. Yeah.
This guy, he's one of those. The Baul, that's their name.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
This guy's just a fat Baul. Also, that's clearly just a guy covered in some sort of slime, but hey, it's good enough. Printer ink and Metamucil. Jonathan Frakes said it was. Tasha, maybe don't get closer to him. Tasha. And she's fired.
She's too impulsive.
I mean, she looks fine. Doesn't look like she's injured in any way. Purely internal injuries.
She did.
It's okay, she still has one more episode to film.
Yep.
Is it the one with the Enterprise C?
Oh, I was just. That one too, but I was thinking of, actually, the last episode was the last one she filmed before she died. But yeah, she'll show up on the Enterprise C, and she'll show up in reunification with Spock. She'll show up a couple times. Is that supposed to be a bruise or what is that on her cheek?
Tattoo?
I mean, okay, I know they're better at makeup than this. They're so much better at makeup and practical effects than whatever they did to Tasha's cheek there.
I like those jars of Kool-Aid in the background.
She'll be okay. They would never kill off a main character. This is the 80s. We don't start killing off main
The,
characters until like the 2010s.
the synaptic damage he was talking about later, that's what caused it, because they just melted her brain.
In 2 episodes, we're gonna get conspiracy where they blow up a guy's head and they have blood and gore everywhere. And here they have like red marker scribbled on her cheek. What? Or like red acrylic
Looks like
paint.
It looks like a child painted it on her face.
Yeah, like water ink or something like that.
Most of the effects I can say, like it's the 80s, the effect doesn't look great, but they tried. Tasha's cheek, they did not try at all.
Maybe they split up their budget wrong. Like they put too much money on one episode and
Oh,
then
that
had nothing for the other one.
that guy in the shuttle, the black guy, he had a much better blood effect on his forehead. Why does that guy in a 1 second shot get a better blood effect?
Maybe her injury was like this supposed to represent the form of the black goo, like it was like a spludge.
Yeah, it was black at first when she was on the planet, only turned red later, so maybe, but who directed this episode? Skin of Evil? Joseph Scanlon. What else does he do?
I bet commercials.
He directed 4 episodes: The Big Goodbye, Skin of Evil, Contagion, and Times Squared. Times Squared was okay, at least. Most of his episodes are okay, actually.
Yeah, but they all have like a dark, sad vibe, I would say.
Yeah. And they're all season 1 or 2.
Yeah, probably got fired after that.
He just wants sacrifices, apparently. Just keep sending crew members down. Do you I mean, they tried hand phasering Armis. Do you suppose the ship phasers would work? I have to imagine
Too
they'd be
much
good
too
enough.
much blast damage, probably.
I mean, I'd be willing to risk it. It's just Counselor Troy.
Yeah. But in one episode, they're actually mining with the lasers, like drilling in the ice, and they're quite precise actually.
Yeah. They're pretty precise in TOS too. They stun a group of people right next to the main crew with the ship's phasers. Of course, the ship's phasers here don't stun anymore.
Yeah, it's just
They're
pure destruction right
they're
now.
always set on kill. Could you maybe beam down on the opposite side of the pool, right next to the shuttle? Do you have to?
Yeah, but it could just kill everyone if it wanted. It's just playing with them.
I mean, it definitely could, but it seems like that at least give them a chance. That beaming down with the pool right between them and where they're trying to get doesn't seem like a great tactic.
Or maybe they could use the shields that they use when Picard fell in love with that astronomy woman. And when they went down on the planet, when there was like this firestorm, they used the shields to defend themselves from it. Maybe they
Yeah.
could use that.
Well, they definitely can't beam on the right side of the shuttle this time. If they can't contact you, they'll get anxious, and Armis loves making people anxious. It's his favorite thing. I guess now they can't use the ship's phasers. Now that it's actually covering the shuttlecraft.
Yeah, they could just obliterate it.
If this were a Klingon ship, they'd obliterate it. So much more efficient. You lose one crew
Yeah,
member,
they
but you've got a massive empire, it's fine.
they'd obliterate like the entire planet.
Oh, we got the shadow effect. Alright, now beam to the other side of the shuttle. Or beam up the shuttle. I mean, they said it wouldn't work, but I don't believe them.
They'd say like too much atmosphere ionization or something like that.
And they beam away. They beam up like 30 feet away, so
Eh,
apparently there's not
eh,
too much.
yeah. No ionization for people, but just for shuttlecraft. It's so damn ugly, this armors.
What are you doing, LaForge? He's trying to get a good look at it, but why are you crouching down like that?
Tea, please.
Oh, well, that's nice at least. It's letting him talk to her.
Why didn't they try that before? Why only now?
Drama. We've already established this Beverly's made of printer ink and Metamucil. We know this. Some kind of intelligent form. Wait, were Jordy's eyes normal there? I thought I saw regular LeVar Burton eyes there for a split second. I'll have to make a note to go back and look. So like 23, 35-ish. Is this the just ignore bullies episode? Just ignore them and they'll get bored and go away? Just don't play Armis's games. Well, good for Troy actually doing something, being able to counsel someone even if they're not really a person, so to speak. Who's doing her job here. How would you define that second skin, Armis? Would you say it's evil? Perhaps a skin of evil? So yeah, that's definitely not how any of this works. You can't just like cast off bad parts of yourself. I mean, you could like try and cut out bits of your brain and transport them to a planet. If you have a very compartmentalized brain, I don't know what's up with this. Poor Jonathan Frakes. Well, not poor Jonathan Frakes, because he volunteered for this. They're like, okay, someone needs to go in the slime. And Frakes is like, I'll do it. No one else wants to go in the slime. I'll go in the slime. Thanks, Frakes. Yeah, Jonathan Frakes basically would do anything that they asked him to. Like in the episode Conspiracy where they're eating the mealworms, everyone else had like some kind of noodles that kind of looked like mealworms. Jonathan Frakes had real mealworms, and some of them fell in his mouth as he was holding it above his head, and he just straight up ate them. Jonathan Frakes will always just go with it. That time he ate a bunch of Klingon food that was less than appetizing. He just went along with it. But how long until we get the Picard speech? It can't be yet because we're not at the end of the episode. I don't really even know what to say to this part. I mean, this doesn't seem like a good deal, Troy. Riker actually does something on the ship. Or do we get that same one effect? Yep, that same one effect, the same shot. Is that the second or third time they've used the same one? That looks like a real pool, though. That's not a CGI pool. And Armis is really just. He's like a child. It's like, Commander Riker's alive. And Armis says, Nuh-uh. You can't prove that. No, he's not. You can't just say nuh-uh to everyone, Armis.
He's probably been in quarantine for like 600 years, so he's quite bored.
Would it entertain Armis if they, like, put up a TV and had it run through the entire Federation library on a loop? Would that work? I mean, all he has to do is just sit there in a pool existing. Also, it won't engender feeling because he's an android and he doesn't feel things. Of course, this is still season 1, so he occasionally feels stuff. But, in theory. Armis is doing like a discount Saw thing here. He really could. He could do a lot more to torture people. He's just doing the cheesiest horror movie things. Like, you have to choose who lives and who dies. It's like, come on, Armis. Yep, just ignore the bullies and they'll get bored and go away. Oh, hey, Jonathan. Yeah, you can tell that's not an effect. He's straight up covered in that junk. Oh, Jonathan, no, keep your mouth closed. Do not. That had to have taken a few years off Jonathan's life. I mean, that stuff's getting in his nose and his mouth, and that cannot be good for you. Do you suppose that printer ink he's covered in? Do you think that dyed his hair? Did he
Well,
have to
maybe
dye it
it's
back to
like
brown?
motor oil or something like that.
And someone
Uh,
says it's safe. It doesn't look safe.
Maybe the same goo that they used in the Alien series.
At a minimum, since this stuff is ink and Metamucil, which is a laxative. In any case, Jonathan Frakes had a bad time after this shoot. He just got a whole bunch of laxative in his mouth. Is he alive? He hasn't moved in the entire episode. He looks pretty dead. It's because he gets sad. He can't maintain his transporter inhibitors while he's sad. Well, they don't actually do anything to help Armis, do they? They just kind of leave. Seems like He just has a terrible, terrible existence, and he hates his life. What do you think she was going to do, Armis? Do you think the people who left Armis here feel bad about it? Because theoretically, Armis consists of everything negative about themselves. So would they feel pity for him? Because they're really nice now?
The Iconians.
I don't think he's Iconian. The Iconians were not very nice people. Oh, we got a title drop. Skin of Evil. And the Iconians were conquerors, and if they cast off everything bad and negative about themselves, I'd expect them to be a lot nicer people. Oh, here's the Picard speech. Yeah, poor Armis. He just wants a friend. That's all he wants. Are they? Is he going to grant him death? Is he going to target it with the phasers and just kill Armis? Because he probably wants to. Armis probably wants to die here.
They do kill him at the end with like photon torpedoes, I think.
Are they going to blow him up? Poor Armis.
Yeah, they just
Yep,
bombed
he's
him out of
dead.
existence.
No, Armis is alive. They destroyed the shuttle and they left Armis there. And here's Windows XP.
Yep, coming up.
It'd probably be more merciful to just kill Armis. So what is Beverly wearing? That's not Dr. Blue.
Yeah,
Why's
that's
she in
not
green?
medical.
Why is she wearing green? Is that just a color grading issue, or is she actually wearing green? Because everyone else looks okay.
It's like it's Premier Line Sciences. So it's like a science
Now it's
medical,
blue.
probably. What?
It was blue in
Did
that
they
shot
just
there.
change? Did they just change uniforms,
Oh yeah,
making it
if they're
shot?
using a blue screen, that would mess with their uniform.
You see,
Yeah,
he has
there's
green
definitely a blue
eyes.
screen there.
Look at Data, he has green eyes.
Yeah, a lot of people would write letters before dangerous missions. I forget what episodes or what characters, but I remember some characters talking about, like, doesn't everyone write these kinds of letters before a dangerous mission? Might have been Jadzia. I'm not sure. Oh, was it Tuvok? Okay. Tuvok's a pretty cool guy. If Worf wasn't at the funeral, would they cut this part out of the hologram? Do they only... I have to
When she
imagine
talks
that people who aren't here get their parts cut out.
when she talks to Data, try to look on his eyes if it's green or yellow because I'm not sure.
Did she even talk to Geordi ever? I don't remember them even interacting. Alright, now we get Data.
Yeah, his eyes are green.
Yeah, maybe like... Yeah, like a lime green.
Yeah. And that changes in season 2 or 3, I think. It changes to yellow.
Tasha, we don't need to hear about your damaged childhood during your funeral. Even in death, she has to bring it up. I'm surprised Tasha's Romulan daughter didn't bring up Tasha's damaged childhood. Yeah, Tasha. Same. Sela. Yeah, Sela had. I mean, there weren't the gangs, but she did grow up in a Romulan compound and then basically murder her mother, which, wasn't a great thing to do as a child. Probably messed her up. Denise Crosby just can't catch a break. Yep, now the lighting makes it so she's green again. Wesley's sweater, his rainbow sweater, doesn't have a blue stripe, it has a green stripe. It's gotta be because of the blue screen. For that CGI sky. Yeah, everything kind of looks. Wait, are those flowers on the ground? Because they kind of look like tennis balls. Were those actually tennis balls? What? Wait, what were those? Hang on. Scroll back just a little bit. Unblur the screen. Is are those flowers? Those don't look like flowers to me. Yeah, Data shows his hologram of Tasha in the episode Measure of a Man in season 2. So we'll see that later. Alright, there's one more thing that I want to check. At 23:35, when Geordi's visor flies off, is it just LeVar Burton's eyes? A little bit earlier than that. Just playing it back to myself a little bit. I'll put on some jazz. There we go. Oh, even earlier. I'm just scrolling back to try and find that little bit of the episode. Just have to be very... It's like 2 frames I have to work with here. And since this is Amazon, I don't think I can scroll back single frames. Okay, I'm having trouble getting a good shot, but it absolutely is LeVar Burton's normal eyes instead of Geordi's blind eyes. Alright, pause. There we go, I got a shot. I did it. That is not Geordi's white blind eyes. Those are just LeVar Burton's normal dark eyes.
Nice catch.
I knew something looked off when I saw that scene of it flying off his head. It looked wrong.
Drunk.
So yeah, there's Geordi LaForge. He looks okay. He's fine now. Armis cured him. Alright, well that's it for today. Just the one episode today because I got other stuff to do. Normal schedule will resume tomorrow. He's not wearing earrings. There's just a bit of light reflecting on his on the bottom of his ear. It's just a bit of light reflecting. Tomorrow is more Deep Space Nine Season 2. Let's see what episodes those are, in fact. It's going to be Invasive Procedures, Cardassians, and Melora. Those are all pretty good episodes. I like all 3 of those. Melora is probably the weakest of the 3, but it's still good. So that should be fun. Tomorrow, same time, same start time.
Tomorrow, man.
And see you guys then.
I'm gonna go sleep.